What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It is a beautiful day here in New York. I just got some good news this morning. It is going to be beautiful for the entire week. So, well, the good news is I need to clean my car. Once we finish cleaning the car, we're going to go out for a cruise later. Hopefully, Alex will be able to join us. But yeah, let's get to cleaning this car real quick, and I will catch up with you guys when we decide to go out. If Alex gets here, or we go from there. Anyway, catch you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so while I was cleaning the car, I was thinking to myself, looking at the rear wheels, let me not lose this paper, because you guys are going to want to see this. So, while I was cleaning the car, I realized that, I just got to thinking, I'm like, should I try the 30 mil spacer again? I think I'm going to. I think I really am going to. So, let me kind of explain to you why. Let me explain to you why I think that I can get away with a 30 mil spacer right now. So let's flip around to this right here. So those of you who don't know, obviously those of you who know how to read this, you know, good. It's just gonna be kind of. I'm just gonna talk about it for those who don't really understand or possibly, I don't know, whatever. So in the front we had. On the driver's side, we had negative 1.1 degrees camber, and on the right side, we had -2. I think the front was higher simply because the camber bolts. Because I swear that this wheel was straight, not -2. So especially since this one was definitely more cambered in the front, and then compared to this one, I think putting that camber bolts in there, it definitely changes from the -2. So also my toe, I was running about a quarter toe in, right? In. Right, so I was running a quarter toe in the front. That may have been the reason why I was having so many issues with lower profile tires. Talking with Alex, I actually like the meatiness of the tires up front, so we're probably never going to change that. It's just that might be the reason why I was having so many difficulties up front, because we were running almost a quarter degree of camber in the front. So here's where it gets interesting. In the rear, on the driver's side rear, hopefully this will. It's negative 5.7 degrees, while on the passenger rear it was negative 7.6 degrees. So we're talking almost 2 degrees off in camber from the driver's side to the passenger side. The driver's side was the only one rubbing. This is the only one that dug into the wheel a little bit, and that could potentially be why I had so many issues with the 30 mil spacer in the rear. So when we went there, so let me kind of show you guys what we did afterwards. The toe in the rear, it is off. It's definitely more off now in the rear, especially in the driver's side rear. That could also be potentially why I'm having so many issues with toe. Unfortunately, I can't get this fixed right now. I might be able to. This might be the main reason why I'm going to have so many issues. We'll see. I'm going to try putting the 30 mil spacer on today, so I just want to kind of talk to you guys what's my reasoning for trying this again. The toe in the rear is almost a half a degree in, which is more than what it was before. Now, why it is, it's probably because it was off 2 degrees in camber. So we went from a 5.7 to a 6.8. So we're almost to the point of the rear. That was negative 7.6. Now it's -7. He tried to make it as even as possible with what he had available in the rear. So this might be actually the biggest cause of the rubbing in the rear, because it's rubbing on the back of the tire, not the front. That might be the reason why I'm having so many issues in the rear, now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to try it just to see what happens. Probably drive up and down the road a couple times, see if it rubs. It was very very apparent. Sorry, let me zoom you guys out. It was very apparent that it was rubbing in the rear. Just driving down the road, it would rub. Just doing this, just doing anything, it would just rub and dig into the tire. Being that we were able to correct some of the camber in the rear, I'm thinking it might fix that issue. I'm not sure. I'm not a guru about any of this, but just thinking about it and just talking it over, it kind of makes sense of why I had so many issues on one side and not so much on the other. But then again, the toe could also be the reason why I had so many issues on one side and not so much on the other. The reason why we can't fix a toe is the bolt that you need to be able to use to adjust the toe, it is seized in everything. So when I talked to the guy, he said basically, he goes, I could fix it, but then we would need the bolt would break, and we don't have a bolt right now. So that's probably something that's going to have to be fixed down the line, especially since I am running almost half a toe in now in the rear. Hopefully that is not the reason why, because if it is, then I'm probably going to rub even more. So, yeah, let me put the 30 mil spacer. I'm only going to put it on the passenger side, the driver's side rear right now, and kind of drive back and forth my driveway. I'm not going to put it on the right side. I know it's going to be a little bit weird because it's going to have 30 mil spacer on one side and not 30 mil spacer on the other side. But once we put it on the ground, we should definitely see whether or not we're going to have issues. So let me go do that real quick, and once I have it on, I will talk to you guys. All right, be right back. Alright guys, so I put the spacer on the car. It looks really good, obviously. It doesn't rub as much as it did. That's the good news. The bad news, it still rubs, and the tire's already bad as it is. I don't want to make it any worse. So what we're for the time being, because obviously I don't want to replace the camber, not the camber, the toe arms that we can use to adjust the toe in the rear. Just a big project, something I don't want to do because that requires me to get another alignment afterwards, and I just don't want to deal with it. So what we're decided on is we're going to get a 25 millimeter spacer. We believe those are 30s. We also thought the ones for the front were 25s. Alex said they were 25. He says that it's about. They look honestly about half as much as the 30s that we supposedly have. So I'm gonna test those before. Measure them before I order new ones. Alex just sent me generic, decent black spacers. So if we do get 25, we'll at least have black spacers to go with it, and hopefully the spacers will work with the studs that are on it. If not, I also have the studs to go on the spacers. So that's the good news. So good news, we found out the camber adjustment definitely worked in the rear. Bad news, we still can't run a 30 mil spacer in the rear because of how bad the toe is in the rear, and it's a decent chunk of that. It's probably something I'm gonna have to look into getting replaced and fixed, and down the road, maybe next year. I spent so much money this year on working on this car, so I think next year when I have a couple things that I want to work on, I'm just gonna take care of it then. But yeah, so the bad news, I now have to take it off the car. So that's the bad news. But I mean, guys, boys and girls, look at how nice it looks. I mean, yeah, it's obviously up in the air, but look at how nice it is. Look at how nice it looks in the rear, specifically. Doesn't that look really nice? And obviously from behind, it definitely looks amazing. So, obviously, we don't want to leave it tucked in all the way. We are obviously going to do something to be able to bring the wheel out, just not the way we probably should, the way we're supposed to do it, just because I don't want to spend the money to fix the issue. So, 25 millimeter spacer coming soon. Yeah. So let me go take that off. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to pictures today. I just ordered lunch for me and the girlfriend. Alex is not coming up here. And the sun is still pretty high. It's summertime, boys and girls. It's summertime. So be prepared. A lot more videos coming at you very, very soon. Yeah. let me go take care of this, and then we'll see where we are with lunch, with dinner and stuff like that. And maybe we'll go for a nice little drive out to go take some pictures. I think this is one location that's close to me that I wanted to take a couple pictures there before, and I wasn't going to waste it with my phone pictures, so let's go take the camera out there if we have time. So let me take care of this real quick and then wait for dinner. Yeah, talk to you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so I'm going to go take a couple pictures. Unfortunately, Alex decided he didn't want to put the SD card in the GoPro. I don't have another one. So unfortunately I can't, because it's manual, can't hold the camera shift and do everything that I need to be able to do to get to where we're going. Yeah. Yep. It's his fault. No in-car stuff for you guys. Sorry. So actually, the only bad side about having these seats is that blinky light right there. And of course the SRS, but whatever. I don't know. Alright, so, but they look really good, right? I mean, I feel they're pretty good. The only bad thing is you do sit lower. I don't know how I feel about that yet. And as for the passenger seat, the passengers definitely can't see over the dashboard. Alex was able to see the dashboard a little bit, like over the dashboard a little bit. He's a little bit taller. But yeah. Alright, let me go to where I'm going to take pictures, just someplace close, and we'll go from there. Alright, catch up with you guys in a sec. Oh, boys and girls, boys and girls. I don't know if I showed you guys in the last video. I still have to put it together. But look at this thing. Look at those. Those are perfect. Absolutely perfect. Definitely fill up the car. They definitely fill up the car a lot more. A lot better, I should say. A lot better. So those are good. I mean, there's not much left to do with the TC. I think the TC is pretty much at the point now where anything more, it'll happen within the next couple of years or so. I think it's about time that the focus moves over to the Skyline, at least for my cars. I know we're going to do some work on Alex's cars. He's gonna he wants to start driving the TL a little bit more often than he usually is or has in the past couple of years. And who knows what we're going to be doing with the stuff on his cars. But yeah, I definitely think it's about time that we start working on the Skyline and start diving deep into what needs to be done with that, and let's make it a nice car to do. We have enough time now where we don't have to really worry, and yeah. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it quits here. I know we were talking about having meeting up with Alex. Alex is I don't know where Alex is. Alex is kind of busy right now, so we're gonna end it here. I think we're gonna end it here. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to see next. Like I said, we are gonna be working on the Skyline, so it's definitely gonna be something in the future, very soon, happening with that. So yeah, talk to you guys in the next one.